Simon, how's it going,
Yeah,
man?
not too bad. Thank you. How you doing? You all right?
I'm can't complain, man. I really can't complain. I want to say thank you for taking time out to do this space with us.
Oh, that's no problem. No, thank you for inviting me. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. So again, for people who's chatting, I mean, for people who's in the chat listening, again, you see the title. We have some guests coming through. If you don't mind, just share this on your IG, Twitter, etc. Just just let people know. Um, so Simon, just give me a couple minutes. I want get the room a little bit more filled up, and then we can start the interview.
Yeah, sure, no problem at all.
And actually, I was going to say, in the meantime, man, for people who aren't too familiar with yourself, you might introduce yourself to the chat.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm Simple Simon. I'm an influencer on TikTok and Instagram. I've literally just started my a YouTube channel up now. It's quite new, but starting to get involved in YouTube. Uh, and well, you probably find out later, but there's a long story for why the fight's happening. But I'm going to be having a big fight with Ed Matthews on the 16th of July. So that's probably the reason why I'm coming on and to speak about it. So yeah, that's me in the short.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, this is so far, KingPyn will be the third YouTuber or influencer boxing event of the year. So it's YouTube boxing season, man. We're just getting started.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. But there's a lot happening, isn't there? So
Absolutely. The second guest who joined us, Jake Twiin. I just sent you a invite to speak. Accept it. You can jump on and be a speaker. And so while Jake does that, Simon, if you want, again, whenever these influencer or boxing events gets released, I'm introduced to new people. I'm introduced to you. I'm introduced to Elle Brooke and her opponent who will be coming on the show. So I'm just, and I enjoy it. Unfortunately, I'm covering YouTube boxing and MMA and all that since 2018. So whenever a list gets announced, you get people like, who's this guy? Who? So that does come with territory,
yeah,
unfortunately. But like, I want to know these people. Like that's what makes YouTuber boxing is like. Okay, these two gonna fight. All right, what's the reason? Okay, I'm interested. So, and we have the co-main event of King Ben that join us right now. So again, Simon, as you said, why is your fight happening on Kingpin, and what's the beef behind that?
well, it's happening. Oh, crikey, it's quite a long story, really. But cut a long story short. Um, I was obviously an influencer on TikTok. Ed Matthews was as well. I was going live with Cow the Dragon at first. A lad that we just done football predictions and things like that. And all of a sudden, Ed Matthews jumped on, basically saying I was using Cal for clout, etc., and just sort of like just shouting his mouth off a little bit. I sort of took a back seat, didn't really take any notice. It sort of got more and more. So I ended up finding out his number, gave him a call. So I just wanted to talk to him on the phone about it. He wouldn't answer his phone or nothing, and kept like slagging me off. And then basically, I sort of had a bit of a dig back at him, and then he started getting my daughter involved, who's quite big on TikTok as well. He started getting my daughter involved, started slagging her off, and started saying some really like rough things about her. So I arranged to go live with him to try to sort it out like man to man, and basically he wouldn't have none of it, and he just literally offered me out for a boxing match instead. I turned it down at first, and because I'd rather like talk it out rather than do something like that. And then it just got to an impossible case, and then he put a picture up of my daughter, which was out, really out of order. So I went back on the live with him and said, "All right, let's do it." And that's where it started from, really.
How old is your daughter since he's doing all this?
19, my daughter is.
Okay, Yeah, he's still out of line. So basically, this beef is personal.
Yeah, it's definitely personal. It's like family. And as soon as you get your family involved, it's a different story, isn't it? So, um, you know, he got my family involved, and that was it. At the end of the day, I'm going to stick up for my daughter. I'm 52, he's 19. It's like massive, massive age difference. But yeah, at the end of the day, I would do anything for my family, and that is what I'm going to do. I'll go in there and I'll give it my best shot.
I mean, sound like you got the the old man strength waiting for him.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm training hard as well. I'm not just sort of like, I'm not just going to go in there and just hope for the best. I mean, I've been training hard for like 5 weeks and I've got another 7 weeks to go. So, I want to go in there with the best chance possible. And I'm going to do that. I don't want to leave anything behind. I don't want to go in that ring and think to myself, oh, I could have done more. I want to make sure I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to leave anything in the ring, like, after the fight, like, man, I wish I wouldn't done this, whatever. You just want to put, 100% effort.
Yeah, and that's it. No, definitely. And that's what I'm doing. Literally, I'm training 6 days out of 7 every week, and I'm being pushed to the limit. Like today, I could hardly move after my session today. But I'm telling people to push me right to the limit, and that's what I want to do because I want this, and I want to teach him a lesson. I want to make sure I shut his mouth up, and I want to make sure I train hard as I can, to be able to do that.
And again, we have Astrid, who will be who's the co-main event, and I'm going to get talk to you for a minute. But one more thing, Simon, can you tell us who your coach and who you train with?
Yeah, I can't really say he doesn't want his full put out there, but he is a pro. He's an ex-pro boxer. He's had over 200 fights. Very very experienced. He knows his stuff, and he is literally the same height and weight as Ed as well. So I'm actually sparring him as well. So it's absolutely ideal situation. And also I've got another person who I train with, who does the strongest man training, and I'm training with him, and I'm sparring with the gym owner as well, who's a lot bigger than me, who's boxed quite a bit as well. So I'm getting hit by somebody that's sort of like 15 kilograms bigger than me. So I know what it feels like, which is good.
Got you. And so, let me talk to the co-main event, Astrid Wett. How's it going?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing today?
Good, yeah, good, yeah. Yeah, answering your question. Yeah, I'm just so excited to be doing it and getting involved, and my training is going so well. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It's tough. It's really tough. It's tougher than anything I've ever done before in my life. But it's going to be so worth it.
And again, shout out to people listening in the chat. And again, if they're not too familiar with yourself, if you wouldn't mind, just introduce yourself to the chat.
So I'm Astrid Wett. I am an OnlyFans model. I'm on TikTok. I'm on basically every social media platform possible. But yeah, I'm just Astrid Wett, big Chelsea fan. If you couldn't tell by my profile picture. But yeah, I'm boxing someone called Elle Brooke, who is a Man City fan. So there's always been that kind of rivalry there anyway. But yeah, we're gonna go full at it in the ring.
Okay, if you could tell us the beef behind your guys' fight and why this fight is happening.
Yeah, it's kind of like a long-winded thing. Like I said, obviously I'm a massive Chelsea fan. She's a Man City fan. So there's always been that unspoken rivalry. Like we've never really, you know, chatted about it. But recently, we bumped into each other in a club round about where I live, which I then found out she's lived in the same area her whole life. But she told everyone she was living in Surrey. But anyway, I accidentally bumped into her, and we ended up having a little bit of a scrap in a club because she just wouldn't let it go. And then after that, it was all like tit for tat on social media. There were like various TikToks made about each other. So in the end, we were just like, right, why don't we settle this properly, and have a boxing fight?
And, if you can tell the fans listening, what date, what location, is you KingPyn happening?
So it is the 16th of July, which is a Saturday, and it is at the O2 Indigo in London.
Gotcha. And again, I lived in the U.S., so I won't be able to see and attend this. Do you guys know? I believe this is on pay-per-view. Do you know what platform it's going to be on pay-per-view?
I have no idea just yet. And I'm not sure how much tickets are going to be for the actual event. But yeah, as soon as I know, it will be all over my social media anyway, and I'm sure it'll be over everyone else that's fighting as well.
Gotcha. And I was actually watching Fred talk fighting. He talked to Elle Brooke, and she said the beat started when you doxed her, when you was on, I think, IG Live or TikTok Live, and you mentioned her real name and her address. So
Oh, that
from her
happened.
side,
That happened way after the fight at the fight in the club. That was recent. But yeah, she kind of said a few things that were completely unacceptable. Um I'm not gonna say it again on here. And I just called her by her first name, which I think actually isn't that bad considering what she called me. But I didn't say her address or anything. I basically just said what I said on here is that she's lived in Portsmouth her whole life, but she told everyone she lived in Surrey. Um, I would never leak that. If I didn't know that, I wouldn't leak that. That's not fair at all.
okay. So basically, sound like the main event, co-main event is real beef. The best way to sell is inside a ring, and again, get a few dollars, get some attention. I think it's a win-win for everybody.
I mean, yeah. It was more. I'm not really fussed about the other stuff, but yeah, I just kind of, me and Elle or Crystal, whatever you want to call her, like we really don't get on. So I kind of want to teach her a lesson that she can't just pick on the little guys, if you get what I mean.
Gotcha. And now I gotta bring in a OG YouTube boxer, Jake Twiin. How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up?
Man, again, Jake, when I mentioned you was coming on, everyone's like, "Yo, I forgot about Jake." Like, that's an old throwback name. So, Jake, how you been since KZ versus Logan? I mean, excuse me, KZ versus Joe Weller.
It's kind of mad thinking. I think I saw in one of the tweets. It was like 4 years ago or something like that. Like the original fight and that feels like a blur now. Like we've gone through so many stages of all these different fights and events and stuff, and then it's like looking back at where it started and like even just individual fighters and the difference between then and now is just insane. I think the levels have just been upped so much, and it's crazy to see where it's got to.
I mean, on KZ versus Joe Weller, you guys was fighting in headgear, and now the last one, Craig Clash, only one fight had headgear now, so now they're fighting without headgear.
Yeah, like that was like I think looking back at it, like obviously if you watch any of the fights from that first event, they are terrible. I think it was one of those things that people just it was just a bit of fun back then. It wasn't actually fighting. It was a bit of fun. Like when I trained with some of the guys on the undercard, like Max, Joel, and they trained like a few times a week, but they were never sparring like actual boxers. Like people now have camps, they spar actual professionals, they have all massive teams. We just went down to a local gym, like a boxing gym, and just kind of sparred each other. Like it was just so casual. But I think that's because people obviously the money involved in it now is insane, probably compared to back there where no one got paid anything because it was just a bit of fun, and you couldn't really invest in the training or in all these teams and stuff like that. So it's definitely come a long way.
Yeah, I was just, that's why I want you on the show because there's so many events. Like for KingPyn is coming up. That's gonna be the third event this year. We got K South event coming in August. Jake Paul's gonna return. There will be a Craig Clash 2. Osman Broom might be bringing back Social Gloves 2. Like again, this I call YouTube boxing season because this whole year is gonna be filled with events, and you was literally the second fight on KSI versus Joe Weller. So to see from there to here, it's just insane.
I think I'm glad I did it back then rather than now, honestly. but yeah, like there seems to be an event every few months now. Like it's just everyone's getting on board with it, and it's just the current thing. I think, especially now, there's a lot more beef involved in every fight. Like I said, back then it was kind of like friends. I had a fight against my brother. Like there's no beef there. And some of the other undercard fights, there was literally no beef other than Joe and KSI. So
Yeah.
there was nothing really on the line. It was just kind of for fun, putting on a show for the state, you know, the people in the arena and stuff. Whereas now it's, you know, it's full arenas, it's big, you know, big paychecks and all this stuff. Like, yeah, I don't think I would be able to go through it now.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. You know, since you're literally an OG, would you ever fight again?
No chance. Oh no, I think unless like you actually had beef, like I said, a lot of it is backed by beef and settling a score with someone. Like I'd stay out of drama. Like I don't touch anything like that. So for me, it's like it just isn't of interest for me to. I had my moment. I had a bit of fun. Had a bit of embarrassment at the same time, and yeah, like there's no shot I'd ever be able to do it again. Like once you're, I think the scariest, not the scariest part about it, but was just never actually, like I said, training was pretty poor back then. So actually getting in a ring and actually fight, and when you actually realize there's thousands of people around you, you've just been punched in the face, and you just forget anything you learned over the last like 2 months, and you just go into like fight or flight mode is how it is, and it's just like no amount of training there. Well, I mean, we didn't train enough anyway, but yeah, like the training just couldn't prepare us for that, and I don't think I could do what you need to do now. Is like 6 months of training. You know, you need to be strict dieting. You need to, like I said, Simon said he's training 6 out of 7 days a week. I don't have the time for that. Like I'm a too much chilling, too much gaming. That's what I do.
It's real. I mean, you know, as these guys can talk, they have a fight coming up. You gotta sacrifice. You know, that's the one thing behind the scenes the fans don't understand. Like, you do
Mm.
have to sacrifice time. You do have to sacrifice. You know, if you are a YouTuber, you can't make any content because you gotta train.
Mm.
Yeah, like a lot of people put their complete social. Obviously, if you can implement it, I know a lot of the like TikTok's probably a little easier to just implement, kind of like the behind the scenes of training and fighting, and you know the especially if the drama is spread through a TikTok community, and you know fans are you know taking sides and even creating content around it. Like I guess it's quite easy to carry on, but like back when the original KSI Joe Weller fight, TikTok wasn't even a thing. Like it was YouTubers who you know that was their main kind of thing. So you know they'd be taking to do the amount of training people do now. Back then, just probably would not have been possible. Like I know obviously like JJ and Joe pretty much took a hiatus from everything for months for the obviously the main event fights and stuff, but everyone else I don't think could, like I said, even financially take the time off to actually train as hard as the guys do now. So
Well, hey, hey, again, if you don't want to fight again, I completely understand. Like again, you got sacrifice, this, whatever, and now it's more eyes because it's thousands in attendance and millions watching around the world.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
Got you. Well, Astrid, you know, you're going to be the first influencer fight in London. Did you
Mhm.
have? Did you get a chance to watch Curry Clash?
I didn't know. To be fair, I'm still in complete shock that me and Elle or Crystal are going to be the first like girl content like boxing match ever. So I'm so excited to get in there, and like Simon's obviously training a lot. I'm training twice a day, every day except Sunday, and I just want to get in that ring and think I've done everything I possibly can to do the best that I can, and I'll be happy.
It's just funny because on the KingPyn Boxing, it was like oh, this fight is going to be the first female to end a knockout, and
Mm-hmm.
then Minx versus Haley happened on Curry Clash, and it's like the bar, like it's up there, and so people are like damn, like that's the bar. So I don't know if you had a
Yeah,
chance to watch it because like that, and it's a banger. It's like I think 4 rounds, 5 rounds, just nonstop action.
yeah.
So
I might have to look at. I might have to watch it then and have a look what we're up against.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good. Again, you guys can, and knock out. So what weight class and what glove size you guys be fighting in?
So we're fighting between 54 and 56 kg. Because before we even started training, I'm sure I was like 52 and Elle was like 61. So obviously that's a massive weight difference. So we've agreed to obviously come and meet in the middle. So I've got to gain weight, she's got to lose weight. And so yeah, working really hard. To be fair, I'm pretty much at my weight now. So it's just maintaining that and yeah, training as hard as I can to be the best.
Gotcha. The same question for you, Simon. What weight class you guys fighting and the glove size?
Yeah, no, we they basically said long as we're within sort of like 4 kilograms, it's fine. So, I mean, I was 80 and a half, and I've got myself down to 79 and a half now already. I think Ed's 76 last time he weighed himself. So, I'm feeling good. The actual my weight, I'm really happy with my weight. What I am now, it's just to do the fitness now. So, and Ed, I mean, obviously you've seen Ed. He ain't got a bit of fat on him, has he? Do you know what I mean? That's the only compliment I'll give him. But yeah, so he's not going to be going up or down. I shouldn't have thought. But if I stick around sort of 79 and a half, that'd be 3.5 difference. So yeah, that should work.
And that question for for both of you after the
Mhm.
fight, is this gonna be a one and done, or do you want to continue fighting?
I kind of really love it. I'm not gonna lie. I love the training. I love the process, and like both of my trainers are just absolutely incredible. I've already said to them like, even if I don't have another fight, I'm still gonna have to come back because it's just the fitness is amazing, and I do actually think I would want to continue it. I think it will be. It's just such a good opportunity. Like, why wouldn't you?
Gotcha. Simon, how about yourself? Is this one done, or would you fight again?
Well, I said that I'd probably look to do one more if things went well, and everything was good. I said I would probably look to do one more. But I'm 52 now. I don't want to be fighting when I'm 60 years old. You know what I mean? So, um, so probably one more after this one if it's worth it, and if this one goes well, it's a possibility. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we got another speaker joining us. King, how's it going, man? King, you're muted. I don't know if you. Okay, well, while we wait for
There's a
King to
mic
go on.
button.
But again, okay, I don't know if you guys have saw this. For the KingPyn, they said that they're gonna have some prelim fighters of the fans. What do you guys think about that? Having like some fans fighting on the undercard.
I think it's such a good idea. To be fair, I think that's wild. Like that's never happened before, and getting the fans like really, really involved. Like, what a great opportunity for them as well.
I agree. I think it's a positive. So, how about you, Simon?
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree as well. And what's so good about it, is that at the end of the day, without all of them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing, and it's something that just to give back a little bit, and it's something for them as well, isn't it? If they actually get onto the card, they're going to be going around and saying, they're on the same card as, all of us who they follow, So I think it would be absolutely brilliant for them, and to get involved, and just I think it's excellent.
Gotcha. Okay. At this point, I usually like to bring in some fans for questions. So right now, if you guys have any questions for the speakers, have a request, ask a question. So give me 1 second. All right. You got a question for speakers? Yo, Allie, you got a question? I guess not.
Maybe not then. Gotta press
Okay,
the mic button, guys.
okay. Here we go. We're having some. Again, if I accept your request, let's ask a question. What's good, Jaden? It's fun. They ask to be speakers, and then they don't say
No one
anything.
wants to talk.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, one more. You see, I normally have, you know what? Let me get my crew from the OG Tour Space. They always ask questions. Let me see.
Yeah.
All right, and here we go. Let me ask my boy Punch Plan if he has a question. Okay, I will say in the meantime, while I do all this, was you guys boxing fans before training, before all this?
Would we what?
Boxing fans? Did you watch boxing before?
You know, funny enough, I wasn't actually a massive boxing fan because I don't like seeing people get hurt. So I didn't really watch it that much at all. So yeah, it's a big step for me to even get involved. But yeah, I think it's different when it's yourself. But yeah, I never used to like watching people get really banged up.
Yeah, I mean, I used to, when I was quite a long time ago, I was more so of a boxing fan. You know, when Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank fights and things like that. I used to love Mike Tyson. Absolutely love Mike Tyson. So whenever he was fighting, I used to watch him. More recently, every now and again. But it's not, I wouldn't say I'm diehard boxing fan now, like I was a long time ago. But yeah, I still love the sport. Still love watching decent fights. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because that's the funny thing about the influencer boxers. Because some, YouTubers was fans and some wasn't. But after the training and after the fighting, they all say they have a whole new respect for the fighters.
Yeah, you've got to. I mean, you realise when you spar, that's when you know. That's when you realise how hard it is. I mean, anybody, I wouldn't say anybody, but a lot of people can go on a punch bag and go and punch a bag for like 2 minutes, but try to go in the ring and punch in and getting punched at the same time. That's a different story. That is hard. That is hard work because it just messes all your breathing up. And people don't understand how difficult it is. And when you turn around to people and say, "Oh yeah, it's going to be like 5 rounds of 2 minutes," and they go, "Oh, is that? Oh well, that's easy. That is." And I was, and you say to them, "Yeah, okay, you give it a go then," because people were saying, it should be 3 2-minute rounds, not 5. Five's a lot, and it is. I'll tell you, it's not easy.
Facts. Big facts. Okay. Let me try one more. Owen. Owen is speaker. Owen, have a question?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. How's it going, Owen?
I've got a question for Simon. Simon, do you think you've got a good idea of Ed's game plan coming into the fight?
Yeah, I think so, Owen, to be honest with you. I think because he's 19, because he's young, he's going to be hungry. I don't think he is going to train 100% either. So I think he's going to be thinking to himself, right, I'm going to get in there, finish it early. He's 52 years old. I'm just going to knock him around in the first or second round and that'll be it, all over. So, yeah, I think that's his game plan, to be honest. And I'm working on that, as in like making sure I protect myself right and make sure I last them first 2 rounds because I reckon he'll come at me 100 miles an hour.
All right, nice one. Cheers, Simon.
Yeah, nice one, Owen. Thanks a lot, mate.
King J, you're up.
Question for after your both prospective fights, is there anybody else you would like to, jump back in the ring with? As you said, you might want to go back into it a little bit, Is there anybody else you might want to fight later on?
I don't really have anybody in mind at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just focusing so much on the fight that I have currently. Maybe closer to the time, when I'm a bit more confident, when I'm like trained so hard, we'll have a look at some next components. So yeah, maybe.
Well, as on that's seems that Keem's here and one is Happy Punch and Fight Lounge. Maybe you sign with them, you know?
Yeah,
After
possibly.
after, after you get your win, you possibly you can sign with them.
After I've won, yes,
Yeah.
Jay. Yeah, yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Got another question, Joy?
No, that's it for me, man.
Okay. All right. Let me bring a couple more people. And again, to speakers, thank you for taking time out. I know for me it's 6:30, but for you guys live in London, it's like what 11:30 or something. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, to be fair, it's early for you, so.
But I've just been watching Stranger Things all day, so nothing out of my diary.
Okay.
I think we're used to staying up late. I think influencers and people that go on TikTok, etc. I think we're used to staying up late. I think so. There's no problems there at all.
All right. Add more couple more speakers. Got a question? Luke, you got a question? Guess not.
Hello, whoa, hello.
Okay. Yeah. Question.
I have a question for Simon.
Hello, Rossi.
So, I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. How do you think you're gonna beat a 19-year-old in a fight?
How do I feel I'm going to?
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen, mate. I'm not even an Ed fan. I honestly don't care, but it's just not gonna happen.
Well, that's fine. You got your opinion, mate, and to be, that is why I'm training 6 days a week and absolutely grafting and getting people to push me to a limit. It doesn't matter how old you are. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you know me or you don't know me, but I'm fit. I'm quite fit anyway, and this training's really making me a lot fitter. So I don't think the age difference is going to make any difference at all.
I can I ask one more thing as well?
Yeah.
I honestly, as I said again, I don't care about any of this, so I'm just gonna say, is there drug testing in this fight?
Yeah, there will be. Yeah, definitely.
So Ed is gonna be drug tested.
Yeah, we both will be. Yeah, definitely.
First.
Yeah,
I just don't think Ed is natural one bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're Rossi. Honestly, I'm not. This is not a dig at all to you, but that's. And you said about you can't see me beating a 19-year-old, but honestly, you don't know. You don't know what he's doing. Properly and all the rest of it. You just don't know what he's doing leading up to the fight.
Very true, sir. Very true, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Rossi. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day. I hope you win, sir. Honestly.
Cheers, Rossi. Appreciate that, mate. Thanks a lot.
I was gonna say, I think the age thing as well, like that gives Ed a lot more to lose than you, because everyone's like, "How are you going to beat a 19-year-old?" But also, if you do beat him, that's a massive L on him. If everyone keeps bringing up the whole age thing, it's like you have a lot less to lose. Like you said about your age, you're like, he's got a lot younger. He's still got a lot more years of those. He's people are gonna be looking at him in terms of like as a content creator and stuff for potentially years to come. And if he does lose to this, that's just going to be a thing on his shoulders and on his back that he has to carry. And for you, I think there's just a lot less pressure especially from that age perspective that I think a lot of people are probably bringing up.
Yeah, no, definitely, Jake. I totally agree with you. Like you said, if he gets knocked out, by a 52-year-old, everybody's going to be laughing at him near enough, aren't they? So, and that is why I'm training hard, because I want people to laugh at him. Because I wanted to shut him up, and just so people can actually see that these youngsters can't go around shouting their mouth off all the time and sort of like being disrespectful to other people's families, etc. So yeah, I think I've got nothing to lose. I think you're 100% right, Jake, and that's why I'm going in there. I'm just going to give 100% and do my best, And I think I'm on a win-win situation. As long as I don't get knocked out in the first 10 seconds. So.
Okay, Alex, you got a question?
Okay, hi. Yeah, I've got a question for Astrid.
Hello.
Hi. So, what round do you think Elle Brooke is going to knock you out in?
None of them. Would be the best woman influencer boxer. She is not knocking me out at all.
Oh, I think she's going to wear you in round 2, girl.
I think you think that because she's bigger and she's heavier than me, but I'm training 14 times a week, training as hard as I can. I've sparred a few times already. It's gone really well. Like I think people really underestimate me. I'm not gonna lie.
Brock
That's
Lesnar
good.
going to talk to you, Astrid.
I'm
Knock
really
her out,
interested in the fight. I think this will be a better fight than Ed and Simon. I think.
Do you think?
Yeah, I'm more looking forward to that fight than Ed and Simon.
We're both. Yeah, I think both are going to be interesting. To be fair, there's both fights have elements where it could be shocking. Like with Simon and Ed, obviously Ed's so much younger, but if Simon not beats him, that's going to be shocking. But yeah, with me and Elle or me and Crystal, yeah, it's going to be wild. But yeah, she's going to get beaten.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Well, good luck. You're going to lead it, and let's see what happens.
Thank you very much, Alex. Thanks for the question.
Hey, the fans are invested. The fans are gonna watch. Now I'm starting to get more and more excited about the event coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild event.
All right, Chris, you got a question?
Yeah, this question's for Simon and Astrid. Do you guys know, is Cal the Dragon attending this event?
No, I don't actually know.
No, I mean, I'll be inviting him, Chris, for sure, 100%. Me and Cal get on perfectly okay. Saw him at the charity event. We get on really, really well, and so my views on him never ever changed. So he'll be getting an invitation, and if he turns out, it'd be great.
Yeah, I think he'll be invited by the event anyways. There's going to be so many TikTokers and everybody that obviously it's a TikTok event, isn't it? So it will be up to him whether he attends or not. I hope he does because I saw him at the box event, the charity event as well, and yeah, me and him are sweet, so it'll be good to have his support.
Thank you.
Cheers, Chris.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, I did some research on this. Who is Cal the Dragon? What is his involvement into all this?
Cal's he's a big TikToker. Bless him. He's like the sweetest lad ever. I don't really know how to explain Cal. He started off like a garden league, so he plays football in his garden and stuff, and yeah, everybody just loves him. We're all friends and stuff, and yeah, I mean Simon was obviously very close with him at the start. He used to go live with him, quite a long time ago. But yeah, he's just one of us basically.
Okay, gotcha. Anybody else got a question? Any speakers? Okay, I'll add a couple more people. So again, I'm going to wrap this up. Again, shout out to Chris got another question. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, Simon. Do you find this boxing thing, is this a one-time thing, or if you come up victorious, do you think you can see yourself boxing again?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I just said that just a minute ago, Chris. But I actually can. I'll tell you what I want to do. I'm not going to keep it a secret. If I go into this fight and I do really well against Ed, if I beat him or maybe go to the distance and it was still good, I'd like to fight him forward. So that's something I would like to do, and that would be, if I did do that, that would be my last fight. So one fight in the UK, one fight in the US. That's what I'd like to do.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, any other speakers? I know everybody has their hand emoji. Go ahead and speak.
So my mate is with me now, and he's just asked if after the fight, if you win, will you fight Chris Whitworth?
Oh God, I'll do it on the same night, mate.
Yeah, he's laughing at me. I don't really understand who Chris Whitworth is, but he asked it.
Right, okay, yeah, no, yeah, no, I'd be doing it after the Ed Matthews fight.
Yeah, you'd probably take his jaw off anyway. So,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, and again, if you're a speaker, you have a question, go ahead and ask. Go ahead, Lewis.
Hello. This is a question for both Astrid and Simon. Actually,
Mhm.
do you see yourself like being kind of okay with your opponents after the fight?
I was asked this question the other day, and I honestly cannot see. I know that's usually what happens. Usually, you're all right with your opponent after the fight, but I honestly cannot see that happening with me and Crystal. She seems to be really, really, really happy that I said her real name, which I said earlier is completely crazy compared to what she was calling me. I'm not going to repeat it on here. I know what I'd rather be called if it was between my first name and what she was saying, but yeah, from her side, I don't want to speak for her, but I actually don't think there will ever be a relationship or anything after this fight. And to be honest, I'm happy with that because I don't think she's a nice person anyway. So
Yeah.
That's a really good question, Lewis. It really is. I'm going to have like a little bit different views because even though I don't like him, even though I got massive beef in what he said about Keely, I can actually see something in him where I think he's got a bit of good in him. Do you know what I mean? And I think if we had that fight, and if he beats me, at least I've got in there giving it a go, and hopefully he'll respect me for me going in there and doing that. And I would do the same to him. If I beat him, if he was up for just sorting it out and just saying, look, it's done now. That's it. That's the end of it now. Then yeah, I would be up for it if I'm going to be truthful.
That actually was a great question because the big rub matches and UFC and box whenever. I think like they don't have to like each other, but I think you will respect each other. Like
Yeah,
I hit you with my best shot, you hit me your best shot. We're bleeding. The fans gonna be going crazy. So I think that is a great question. Like I said, you guys don't have to be buddy, but you at least have some kind of respect for each other.
yeah, definitely. I totally agree. It was brilliant question, Lewis.
That's me.
Okay, any other speakers? So I'm probably gonna wrap this up in like 10 minutes. So Lewis has a question.
Would Luke Bennett be invited to the boxing event?
We don't know. We don't know who's on the undercard yet. So that's all got to be arranged and agreed. So it's the promoters that know what's going on regarding that side. So I can't really say. Sorry, Lewis. I'm not sure about that one.
And I have another question. Preston or Blackpool?
Preston or Blackpool?
Choose wisely here.
I don't know what to say really with that one. That's a difficult one. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for Blackpool. The only reason I'm going for Blackpool.
No.
The only reason is that I used to play for Eastbourne Borough. Blackpool come down to Eastbourne Borough, and they were so respectful and really nice club. So that's the only reason.
Preston are miles better, but okay, it's an opinion.
Well, yeah, they're higher up, aren't they?
Yeah. Thank you.
Cheers, Lewis.
Okay, I think Becky, you have a question?
Hi, yes, hi. I don't really know you guys, but I just got really interested because I do like fighting a lot. My question is for Astrid. I know you said that this Crystal is a lot bigger than you, and that's why they think that like she would win or any of that. So did you not bulk up or put on any weight for this fight? What is the weight that y'all are fighting in?
Yeah, so she's got to come down because, like I said, she was a lot bigger, and I've got to come up. So we're fighting between 54 and 56. So yeah, we are meeting in the middle. But the thing is as well is everyone kind of says that she's built like a man, and so people just assume that she's gonna win because she just looks like a better fighter, if you get what I mean. But don't ever underestimate us little guys. We'll I'd happily be the underdog.
No, I agree, but also at the same time, don't you think that you kind of have the advantage because if she's gonna go through that fatigue, dropping weight, and
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true. That's true.
she's not going to have as much energy, and obviously she's not really building or putting on a lot of muscle. She might be converting something to muscle, but yeah, she's got to lose quite a substantial amount of weight in quite a short amount of time. So yeah, it is an advantage.
does that make you feel a little bit more confident?
Definitely. And I also feel like if I've put on a little bit of weight, that might give me a little bit more power, so it's definitely an advantage for me.
If you lose, would you want to rematch?
I think so. If I lose, it's definitely because I don't know. I don't. It wouldn't be because I didn't train hard enough. And I'm not one to give up, so I definitely would want to try again. So yeah, I'd be up for it.
Okay, but if she lost and claimed that it was due to fatigue, and if y'all waited a little bit longer, would you give her that chance as well to have that rematch?
I think so. Yeah, if she wanted a rematch and she wanted to lose again, then that's fine.
Okay, and where do I watch this fight at? I'm sorry, you guys. I just tuned in.
It's okay. I'm not too sure what site it will be hosted on yet, but there will be a PPV for when it's on. But it's on the 16th of July, and yeah, it will be posted on all of our socials whenever it gets sorted out. So keep your eyes peeled, guys.
Okay, and so do I just follow you to keep updated on that?
Yeah, totally. Or you can follow KingPyn, the company that's running it, but it's up to you.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you, Astrid. That's all.
Thank you so much for your question.
Yeah, of course. Bye-bye. Good luck.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Alex had a question, and then Chris.
Hi, yeah, I got one more question for Astrid.
Mhm.
So, is there any bad blood between you and Elle, or is it just for views and shit? And after the fight, are you gonna kiss and make up after the fight?
I think there's a lot of bad blood. I spoke about this briefly earlier. I think before even the boxing, there was always this unspoken rivalry. Not even just because of the different football clubs that we support, but I think she's always seen me as a little bit of a threat. I've come into the OnlyFans industry and everything a lot later than she has, and
yeah.
I'm doing okay. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know whether she was a bit threatened, and yeah, it's always been a little bit of a weird vibe. And I'm not sure that will change after the fight. If I'm honest with you, I can't see us really being friends.
Fair enough. Well, let's see what happens on the day. Are tickets out? Are tickets out yet?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay, and where is the fight being held?
It is the O2 Indigo in London.
Okay, lovely. I will see you there, and we'll see what happens. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Bye.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to tell Simon and Astrid, like, when we get close to the event, you guys are more welcome to come back on here. The closer we get, because you can see the fans, the interest starting to grow more. Each week we guys got the fans submission on the card. So
yeah, of course. Thank you.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to.
Gotcha. Chris, I believe he's next for the question.
Yeah, so for Astrid and Simon, if you guys say you both win, what's the drink of choice while you're partying afterwards?
A porn star martini straight away. Although I think my tolerance is going to be on the floor, so after the first drink, I'm going to be smashed. I bet you.
Yeah, I'm going to probably go for a couple of bottles of champagne, Chris. To be fair.
No Red Bulls with Cal the Dragon or what?
Yeah, no, I don't like Red Bulls actually.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Chris.
All right, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it.
Astrid,
Mm-hmm.
have you actually been punched in the face before?
Yes.
Are you actually prepared to be punched in the face, like if she does hit you?
I've now, and before training, I hadn't been punched in the face. No. But you kind of learn that you're not made of glass. You're going to get punched in the face, and what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to get knocked, maybe your head's going to tilt back a bit, and then you just get straight back into it. So I'm not worried about her punching me because I'll just punch her straight back and a lot harder.
The worst thing that could happen is like brain damage or something, but That's probably the worst thing. But
yeah, that's worst case scenario, and that's like professional boxers. People are forgetting that obviously we're taking this fight very seriously, and I aim to be the best that I possibly can be. But we're nowhere near going to be on the level of a professional boxer where brain damage could be a possibility. Do you know what I mean? It may be a broken nose.
are you wearing like pillow gloves, like the heavy ounce gloves?
We've got 14-ounce gloves. I'm pretty sure.
Have you got to wear a helmet?
No, it's just mouth guards and that's it, and gloves.
Oh well, no head guards.
No head guards.
I thought you had to wear head guards. It's crazy.
We're just as crazy then, aren't we?
First, take your head off, Astrid. Take your head off.
I'll try my best. Thank you, Rossi.
We should have Liam on here, who is Jake's twin brother, who fought on KSI
Oh no,
versus
he's
Joe
gonna
Weller.
hate that you. He's gonna hate you pulled him out now.
Hey, I mean, go ahead, and be speaker. Any other questions for any speakers? If okay, and again, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. For speakers, thank you for taking time up. These are recorded, so for fans, they can go back and listen to it. You can. One thing I want to ask you to a fight in July. Every YouTube boxer, every influencer, they always say as soon as they get in the ring and the bell rings, they forget everything and have to go on instinct. At least for first round. Are you guys prepared for that? Like, just a fight with your instincts.
I mean, I'm hoping that by then my instinct would be to box. Like, it would have been drilled into me so much that I'll just know exactly what I need to do. And yeah, if instinct does kick in a little bit and some things go out the window, I still think I'm going to be the better boxer.
Yeah, I mean, I've fought a little bit before, so through my time, done a few bits and pieces here and there. So you sort of hard what to expect, but I think I know what to expect coming from him, and I think I know what I need to do. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Gotcha.
I'll give you guys an interesting question. Obviously, you don't have to answer because I know people like to keep this secret. But have you guys thought about your walkout songs yet? Because that's an important part. Setting up the stage, you gotta come out to the perfect song. So I wonder if you guys have thought about that yet and have a few ideas.
I've thought about it, but like you said, like I want it to be the perfect song. I want it to be a proper like crowd hype. And it needs to be something that I love as well, and it's going to hype me up. So I've got a few things in the mix, but I'm not going to reveal anything just yet.
Yeah, I know mine, Jake Sandstorm. I've been telling everybody. Love it. It gets me going. Really, really gets me going. So that's 100% going to be mine. Yeah,
you definitely got to have some showmanship. Again, you fight and we got to also have some fun and entertain the crowd.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Just Sandstorm. Just love that song, and every time I listen to it, I want to. Just gets me going. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm coming out second as well, so I feel like that's going to be so much better because Crystal would have come out with her whatever her song's going to be, and she's got to sit in the ring and wait for me to come out and just absolutely look the part and just get ready to see her.
I have a question. Do you guys or your opponent, who's going to be booed and who's going to be cheered, in your opinion, when you guys walk out?
Oh, I think it's going to be a bit of both, I think there's going to be a very, very mixed crowd in there. So I think both of us, to be honest. I mean, I hope I don't. And to be honest, it's being held in London, and London is where my club is at. So I'm hoping that a lot of my, even just Chelsea fans or Astrid fans are going to be there instead of obviously Elle's Manchester City. So I don't know if many of them are going to come down for this fight. So maybe I'm hoping Elle is going to be booed a lot more over me.
Yeah, I will be in mine, guaranteed. I'll get more stick, 100%. 100%. I'm ready for it, and it'll get me going as well. The more stick I get from Ed's lot, it pushes me. So they can give me as much stick as they want, because I'll tell you what, if they do, then that'll push me even further. So I'm ready for it.
yeah, the Wood Army fan base is pretty strong, so it's just going to be a bit hostile in there for you.
Yeah, no, Rossi, trust me, I know it is, mate. It is very strong, 100%. But it'll get me going even more. Honestly, trust me, it will. When I get loads of stick, it pushes me on even more, like it really does. So yeah, no, I'm ready for it and up for it.
Average age of Ed's fan base is about 12, so don't
Yeah,
have to worry.
yeah, you're probably right there, Rossi. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys, I want to say thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for chatting with us. And again, for right now, just tell the fans where they can follow you so you can shout out all your socials.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My YouTube is just Simple Simon, so it's nice and easy on my YouTube. My Twitter is Simple Si8, and then my Instagram and my TikTok is simple.simon.8. So if you want to go and follow me on any of them, loads of activity going on every day. So yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, I first wanted to say thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure chatting about everything. My Instagram is Wet Astrid. It's the other way around. Yeah, I know. And my YouTube is just Astrid Wett, and TikTok is Astrid Wett 69, and Twitter is Astrid Wett also. So if you could go give it a follow if you want to, then that would be amazing. You're all beautiful people. Thank you so much.
Not as
And Jake?
beautiful as you, Astrid.
Sorry?
I said not as beautiful as you.
Oh, Rossi.
Oh, look at old Rossi. Look, hey.
You're cute.
I can see
All right.
I can see he's a Wood Army fan. All right.
All right, and Jake, you can shout out your socials.
Don't worry about following me. These are the guys jumping in the ring and putting in the hard work. I'm just an old man in this scene at this point, so
He's
it's all good.
experienced. He's been there and done that.
I'm not experienced by any means, but yeah, you guys are the ones who are doing this, so
No,
I'm
exciting.
just a spectator.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, again, thank you for stopping by. Again, whenever these tour space are live, you guys are more welcome to come on. Shout out to the fans for the questions. You know, as you guys know, you make the show better. You guys questions that I don't even think about. So shout out to the fans for listening. And I do this once a week. Tomorrow I will be on a tour space while the Tank Davis fight is going on. So you guys want to come and listen? We chat about the fight going on. You're more welcome. I will be doing another tour space next Friday. I don't know who went on there, but yo, DM me. Just tell me like y'all want this person on. I'll do my best to get them on. 'Cause again, I do this for fun, but the fans make this show possible. So,
But thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who listened as well.
gotcha. So, everybody, see you guys next time. Peace out.
See you later. Thank you.